You guys, today is a happy day. I got happy mail from Greenstalk. Not just one, but 2 boxes. I've got all kinds of great swag and even some pre-release items that I am dying to show you. So let's unbox it together, shall we? But first, if we haven't met before, I want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Tara. I garden in the Bay Area and I actually have 15 Greenstalks and a ton of content on how to do all kinds of things with your Greenstalk and tips and tricks on how to get the most out of them. So check out my playlist when you get a chance. And if you're one of my subscribers, or if you're especially one of those who comes to my channel to watch every single video that I make, thank you so much. I love your comments. I probably know a lot of you by your YouTube name, and actually I'm going to do something special that one of you guys requested at the end of this video. So Jen Ascending, something coming up that I want to show you, which you asked me to do. And that's what this vase is for, but we'll talk about that later. Let's first dig into the boxes. All right, let's open box number 1. And oh, by the way, you guys, don't you love my pink lemonade Greenstalk? Many of you probably watched the video where I set this up. The plants were so teeny tiny, and look at them now. I'll bring you up close in a little bit and show you what's going on in there. But first, let's look in the box because I've got some exciting stuff. First off, the card, very important. The Mother's Day sale, you guys, it has been announced April 21st to May 11th. So it's kind of an extended Mother's Day sale. And guess what? Also, Razzleberry is coming back for that period. So I know a lot of you love Razzleberry, have been waiting for it. It's coming. So mark your calendars, April 21st to May 11th. All right, let's bring you just a little bit closer. All the better to see you, my dears. All right, t-shirt. I love the color. It's a little bit kind of creamish, yellowish. This is the back. It says Greenstalk Gardener, grow something sweet. How lovely is that? And this is the front. It's got a little strawberry flower. How cute is that? And what is this? It's a scarf. Wow. I was in Europe recently and I lost one of my favorite scarves. It wasn't anything like this, but it just feels like sweet that I got a scarf from Greenstalk to make me feel a little bit better for losing my favorite scarf in Europe. More strawberry things. A lovely strawberry lemon cup. I guess that means strawberry lemonade, which I know I'm going to be drinking a lot of during the summer months. I love making my own lemonade concentrate. The way I do it is I get homegrown lemons. One of my friends, dear friends, has a large lemon tree that produces lemons constantly. And I get the lemons, they're huge, and then I slice them, I squeeze the juice out, and I take the rind of the lemon, so what's it called, the lemon zest, and I peel it with my little zester, and I save all of that. I put it in with the juice, I put some sugar, I put a little bit of water, and I heat it up on the stove, and just a little while, and until it comes to a little bit of a bubble, and then I strain it, and I save it in a bottle in my refrigerator, and I've got fresh lemonade whenever I want. All I need to do is add some cold water. I love adding sparkling water to it. You should try it. It's lemonade at the next level. I mean, it's so delicious. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, the card from all the people that thoughtfully packed the gifts for me. These people, I mean, the company is just such a lovely company, family owned, all in the United States, and they are just very special. And being an affiliate for them, it's a very special experience. Let me just say that. They are just the nicest family, the nicest people, and they treat their affiliates so very special. Anyway, carrot tops. I get carried away when I talk about Greenstalk because I'm just so moved by what a nice company they are. And yeah, 4 colors. I guess this stands for the rainbow carrots. I've never grown rainbow carrots. I've only grown the orange kind, but so cute. And I recently asked, I think it was either on my YouTube channel or in the Greenstalk Gardeners group, what would you use this for? And people came up with all kinds of really great ideas. One of them suggested that make a little hole in it and make a mobile for a baby, Wouldn't that be cute? Someone else suggested wine stopper. Yeah. Christmas ornament. Yeah. So lots of things that you can do besides what they prescribe, which is, use it to stop the soil from spilling into the bottom little gray saucer when you fill soil in your green stock. And then they also have these little markings on them at ½ inch, 1 inch, and 2 inches. So you can use it as a dibbler when you are planting seeds. So cool stuff. All right, I promised you I would show you the pre-release items. So if you're watching this in March 2026, you know that the strawberry cups are coming out on April 1st, 2026. And I promised that I would show it to you guys because one of the affiliate perks is we get to try out some of the products earlier. So this is the strawberry cup, you guys. So absolutely adorable. I'm going to put it on my Greenstalk over there and show you how it looks. But it's got these little strawberry seeds on it. It's got a little hole at the bottom. It actually stands on a flat surface as well. So it hooks up to the Greenstalk. The idea behind it, take a step back, is that when you've got strawberries, they produce runners. Usually what I do is I clip on a little solo cup with a clip, and then I put the strawberry runner in it to root in some soil. So now you can do it in this cute little thing instead. So one of the things about Greenstalk is the joy that the planters bring you, right? So they've got the seed houses, if you guys remember how pretty they look on the Greenstalk. They look like little jewel cases, right? So it's, yeah, can you do it yourself in a DIY manner? Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I do that too. The carrot top things, can you put a little shot glass or something over that hole to block it? Absolutely, you can do it. But isn't it so much more joyful to use something like this to stop the holes? Gardening should bring you joy, and my green stalks definitely bring me joy, and all the cute accessories bring a lot of joy too. So let's go to the green stalks back there. I'll clip it on for you to show you how it looks, and I'm also going to show you how those plants are growing, because if you saw when I planted them up, the plants were so tiny, and gosh, in a month or so, this thing is already flowering and it's going to look even more beautiful. Okay, let's bring you up real close here. So all you need to do is clip this on, and there it is. Now, I noticed that you can actually clip it on anywhere. Oops! My mother used to always say when we dropped things when we were little, thank goodness for plastic, because we would drop our plates and cups, little kids. But what I was going to say is you can actually put this anywhere. So you can put it in the middle, you can put it on the sides, because this thing over here is actually a circle, and the circle fits exactly on this little strawberry cup. It's called a berry cup, actually, not a strawberry cup. But yeah, that's how adorable it looks. Let's put one on the pink as well so you can see how it looks next to the pink. It'll look pretty on any color in the background. It is such an adorable little thing. Sturdy plastic. Even the leaves are really sturdy plastic, like all Greenstalk products. It is UV safe and it's going to last pretty much forever. So while we're here, let me show you some of the things that are growing here. This is creeping verbena, you guys. This comes in all the colors of the rainbow, at least it feels like it. There are so many different shades. Look how it starts with this darker color and then kind of shades off into a pale purple and then gets a little darker on the edge. Nature is just so amazing. I mean, creates such beautiful things. And right below it over here is a painted daisy. Oh my goodness. Now this also, I've got them in several colors. I'll show you a few more in just a little bit because that's what I'm going to be making a bouquet with. And what else do we have here? Let me spin this thing around. Now this is an inventor's bundle equivalent. So it's got 3 strawberry pink tiers that are leaf, and it's got 3 that are lemon. And I call it my strawberry lemonade planter. I've got nasturtiums. Now, I don't remember what color this is. It's either cherry rose or peach melba, because those are the 2 colors that I planted. But the nice thing about this nasturtium is that it is a bush variety, so it's not going to be all long and trailing everywhere. So get bush varieties, get dwarf varieties for your Greenstalk. Don't get anything more than 2 feet is pretty much a no-no for the Greenstalk. What else? Calendula. and more painted daisies. I've got some lovely kale, and yeah, this is supposed to be a purely ornamental green stalk, and so red Russian kale is edible and ornamental, so it fits the bill. This petunia is looking a little bit bedraggled because I just cut it back drastically. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. Let me show you this one real quick as well. I've got more of that peach melba color or cherry rose. I think it's actually cherry rose. I think these are forget-me-nots, not really sure. Got a poppy growing over here. Don't know what color that is. I've got some sweet alyssum, and that's soon going to be just cascading over. I think this is the dwarf variety that is in my Green Love Greenstock collaboration pack that I did earlier in the year. Let's see, I've got, what is this? Columbine, yeah, Columbine. Now, I've tried growing Columbine in ground and somehow it just didn't take, so I figured I'd get it started in the green stock and then I would move it in ground. It is a perennial, so I'm not going to be keeping it in the green stock forever. And I've got some chamomile back here. Oh, more painted daisies, such pretty colors. And then I have got another verbena, creeping verbena that I grew from seeds. So it's a tiny plant now, but it's going to look similar to that purple one that I just showed you. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. Let's go back to our boxes. I'm going to show you what's in box number 2. So box number 2 is mostly some essential items that I needed. Oh, I love these little cards and packages. It's got Becky's strawberry shortcake recipe in it. Becky is from a YouTube channel called Acre Homestead. Fantastic YouTube channel. I got my little envelope. They always seal it with a sticker that I try really hard not to destroy when I open it. Fortunately, the paper that they use is kind of like parchment paper. It does not tear. So I'm actually able to carefully reuse my sticker. Oh, look at the seeds that I got. Oops, dropped a sticker. Thumbelina zinnia, yay! I love these. Obviously, these are the kind that will grow well in the green stock. I don't know why it took so long for me to figure out that the seeds that they send us are actually seeds of plants that will grow in the green stock. So you don't have to think about how tall they're going to get. Kind of like I made a mistake earlier this year, planted painted daisies in my green stalks and didn't realize that they're going to be growing to like 3 feet, and they grew super tall. But I'll show you those in a minute because I'm going to be making that bouquet that Jen Ascending told me to, suggested that I make. All right, let's see what I got here. They package these things so nicely. I heard that the company that they use to make their packaging actually is kind of down the street from their office. So yeah, they really try to support local all-American businesses, which is really awesome. Companies just like them. All right. Guess what? I've got all these green stalks, and for me, the biggest game changer in the success of my green stalks was installing irrigation. So I've got several green stalks now, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 of them actually that don't have irrigation. So 6 or 7. So I'm actually going to be installing irrigation for at least 4 of them. And then I've got, this is one of my favorite accessories. You know how sometimes there are some accessories that you're like, kind of looks nice, but I'm not really sure whether it's that useful. Maybe I can get a cheaper one on Amazon. Well, this is one of those. I bought the cheapos from Amazon, those little things that look like sheep horn. Those are flimsy. They don't hold properly. They're awful, you guys. Don't waste your money on those. These are sturdy. They're built actually to slide into the green stalk perfectly, and they hold things up really well. Last year I grew petunias, and they have really brittle stems, and I tried using those sheep horn things. They were just breaking all over the place. Not the sheep horns, but the petunias. And I slid this in, and it almost felt like the petunias were breathing a sigh of relief that they could now, they could rest on these really sturdy little mini trellises. So get these. These are truly excellent trellises. And then finally, I got a seedling mat. So one of the things about the Greenstalk seed starting trays, I love them, but they are a little bit of a non-standard size, at least non-standard as of now, because there's not too many companies that make things in that size. So the seed starting mats don't exactly fit them. I've been using them, but they kind of only go 2/3 of the way under the seed starting trays. But I figured I'd try the actual seed starting mat that they sell, the heat mat that they sell. It's actually made by a company called VivoSun, and this is the one that I use for my other seed starting heat mats as well. VivoSun, I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but they are a really good heat mat. I've tried others, and somehow the electrical under the, yeah, it is not as sturdy, at least some of the ones I've tried, which seemed similar, but VivoSun has held up for me for years and years and years and still going strong. So I'm glad that they partnered with VivoSun to get this mat, but you can see it's almost a square. It's not quite, but it's actually maybe a square, and it fits the Greenstalk seed starting trays perfectly. So that's exciting. All right, let's head on over to my other Greenstalks, my blue and white ones, because I want to show you my painted daisies. I actually did a short video recently, so some of you may have seen it already. But I'm going to be harvesting some of those daisies and making a beautiful bouquet. And the idea is that at the point that I harvest them, is that the word that you use even for flowers, harvest? At the point that I cut them, they will actually shoot out side branches and kind of get more bushy rather than leggy, which is what they are right now. Let me show you. Yeah, so these are my super leggy painted daisies. And the flowers are exceptionally beautiful. I'll bring you up close. But the thing is, because they're so tall, they are shading out a lot of the other flowers. I've got pansies over here. They are just not doing as well as they were before they all got covered with the painted daisies. And the other thing is they actually make the green stalk, at least for me, makes them look kind of unbalanced. And that wasn't exactly the look that I was going for. But a lot of my subscribers commented that they like the whimsical cottage style, cottage garden style look. So I guess, yeah, if you look hard enough, there's a lot of beauty in here. I'm just really self-critical, and I'm like, I should have read the seed packet. It says very clearly over there that they're going to grow to 3 feet. But anyway, going to make the best of the situation and actually cut a few of these beautiful long stems and put them in a vase. Thank you, Jen Ascending, for that beautiful suggestion. First, let me show you all the colors that these come in. By the way, I got these seeds from a company called Outside Pride. Never used them before, but they sell a lot of different perennial flowers. So you can check them out if you get a chance. So right here, I've got 2 different plants. Oh, there we go. 2 different plants with 2 different kinds of flowers. And oh, by the way, this daisy over here is also a very pretty one. It kind of closes at the end of the day and opens up, but it's called Pink Sugar Arctotis. Pink sugar is the color, and it's a super pretty daisy. And these ones on the top over here are pale pink with a deep maroon center with that pretty yellow ring. I mean, it is just such a pretty flower. On this side, I've got more colors. Let me spin this around. Oh, this is also that white with a yellow center. This one is also one of my favorites right here. It's almost got like this rusted paint that has been just brushed on along the edges. It's such an appropriate name, Painted Daisies. Look at that. And then on this side, I've got some more colors. This one is a white with a yellow center. And then this one over here is a beautiful pinkish color. So pretty. And then finally, I've got one which is almost a solid yellow. It's still got kind of darker shade of yellow in the center. All right, let's cut some flowers for my vase. I'm going to start with the ones on the topmost level. Now, the thing about this is that it's got a lot of buds as well. I am hoping that even the buds will open up over time. This actually is supposed to have a really long shelf life, which is kind of nice, 7 to 14 days. So let's just grab a few of these. Cut some nice long stems, because remember, we are trying to get it to push out more blooms. Okay, I went ahead and did the rest of it off camera, but look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I love it so much. Thanks for the great idea, Jen. And yeah, I don't think I've made a dent at all to the green stalks, but gosh, I got a beautiful bouquet. And here's the twofer that I get from this. In addition to enjoying it for 7 to 14 days on my table. And oh, by the way, this is toxic to cats. So if you have got indoor cats, keep them away from these flowers. I do have indoor cats and these are going to be in my sunroom. But in addition to enjoying these, I am also hoping that I will be able to use them to create more plants, because these painted daisies root super easily from cuttings. Like one of the easiest things I've ever rooted from cuttings were these painted daisies. And that's how I created actually a lot of plants. I started them from seed, and then as they kept growing and getting taller and taller, I kept chopping them back. They kept branching out even more, and they kept producing cuttings for me, and I kept rooting them. So yeah, definitely that's one of the easiest ways to get new plants if you've already got existing plants, is try to propagate them from cuttings. So much easier than growing from seeds. But I am so glad I grew these from seed, because look at them. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And if you're going to be buying that strawberry cup when it comes available on April 1st, do let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about all the ways that you're planning to use it, in addition to planting strawberry runners in it. But I'll be doing a video on how I do that as well in the future. Until next time, folks, live green and love your greens.